Welcome back, No Barriers. I've been working on my card trick. Richard Turner is about to come up here. We have made it almost to the end of day one. By now, you've experienced activities, you've seen speakers and performers. We are so thrilled that you chose to spend a little bit of your day with us today. And we can't wait to finish strong with tonight's performances. And of course, our amazing lineup tomorrow. We've had so many things going on, I'm sure you couldn't do it all, and that's okay. As we've said a few times here, if you missed any of our activities, you can join our No Barriers membership community. We are actively posting all these sessions into that community. They will all be there by Sunday. Some of them are there already. That membership community is a place not only to see the activities that you've missed today and tomorrow, but also to have courses, discussion groups, active, vibrant, new things every week. You already may have access to that. If you purchase one of our tickets, you might have 3 months of access. If you have a VIP ticket, that's 6 months of access. And if you came on our free ticket, that's fine too. It's just $9 a month or $99 a year. Check it out in the expo area where you can look up the No Barriers membership section. That expo area will be open all evening long. We hope that you go in there and check out the resources that our partners have posted. There's many tools and sources of inspiration in there. We hope you check it out. Okay, well, I know that you guys are really excited for this next part of our No Barriers Summit. And I want to jump right in and introduce you to Richard Turner. Richard Turner is not just a magician. He is what they call a card mechanic, which is something I didn't even know existed. But he may be blind. He does have the ability to maneuver his fingertips in ways that you never thought was possible. So much so that you may have seen him on Penn and Teller's Fool Us show, where he successfully fooled them. Here to share some of his tricks with us, I'm proud to present Richard Turner.
A mechanic is somebody who can fix something. An auto mechanic fixes a car, a body mechanic is a professional killer. I'm a card mechanic, I can fix a card game.
It was 1963. I was told you will eventually lose all your sight.
He had an eye disease, something they can't do anything about.
I was very mad, and a little bit of rebellion was starting to fester.
Part of his lifestyle was being not blind.
He did not want to be treated any differently.
He actually did stuff that he really shouldn't have done.
You're legally blind. Well, how could you possibly fight?
I don't know, find out.
Don't tell him he can't do something.
He's on the crazy end of obsessive compulsive.
He never puts the cards down.
He never takes a break.
He makes that little sound all the time.
Turner is also legally blind.
Tell them about your eyesight.
People have introduced me saying, oh, by the way, he's blind. What does that have to do with anything? I'm just Richard Turner. You can just introduce me as that. I want to be known for what I do on its own merit because I don't consider myself disabled.
Hi, I'm Richard Turner. Welcome to the No Barrier Conference, where we believe what's in you is stronger than what's in your way. There are so many cool things you can experience. We have Eric, first blind man to climb Mount Everest. Eric, cool. And then I see out there Bethany, the super surfer that had her arm bit off by a shark. And Bethany, maybe I can give you a little satisfaction. I've hunted sharks many times over the years and I've caught dozens. Perhaps the shark that ate your arm, I ate that shark. Cool, huh? Well, as I said, I'm Richard Turner and I represent why you should never play cards with strangers. And by the time this show is over, you're gonna say, that guy was really strange. I'm what's known as a card mechanic. I demonstrate how many ways I can take your money at the card table. When you play, oh, these are my two ladies. Over here we have Haley. This is their first time at my table, and over here is Lexi. Correct?
Correct.
Correct. When you play poker, blackjack, bridge, whatever the game, you want to make sure the cards are evenly mixed. I have a deck of B cards here. B playing cards, best made card you can buy. And in the casinos, they give the deck what's called a riffle. They give it 2 riffle shuffles, and then they give it a bunch of random cuts, another riffle shuffle, and another cut. That's basic casino procedure. They have like 15 seconds to do all that. So the cards should be pretty evenly mixed. Let's take a little peek and see how evenly mixed the deck is. Do we have ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen? Are they in perfect order, Haley?
They're in perfect order.
I shuffled them back in a perfect numerical order. That's what I call an evenly mixed deck. Now, the cards are face up on the table, and I'm scrambling them into each other so the camera can pick up that we are really screwing up these cards.
Wow.
And
That's incredible.
no one's going to trust me, so I'm going to pass the deck to Alexi. Give the deck a shuffle.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a little background on my vision situation. My vision started going south when I was 9. During my teens and 20s, my vision was measured at 20/400, which is twice as low as what's considered legally blind. Then it all disappeared. And I have to admit, growing up with vision no better than the cartoon character Mr. Magoo can be very entertaining at times. Like watching as I stalk trees, corridors, solid brick buildings with my bare head. Block with my head, protect my hands. Hands valuable, head not so valuable. My beautiful wife, she's so immune to me running into things. We were relaxing, she's reading a book, I'm shuffling cards, the phone rings. I dashed to answer the phone. I ran square into the corner of a wall, split my head wide open, I'm gushing blood. She looked up from her book and said, "Now, that one had to hurt." When you get off the phone, don't forget to wipe up the blood. Here's the goofiest one. I came up with a great idea for the blind and deaf driver. I bought a motorcycle. I would drive, my deaf friend Roy would tell me where to go. Right, left, red light, green light. It worked really well, till one day we were pulled over for suspected armed robbery. Now we fit the profile of the robbers to a T except for 2 minor details. The getaway driver wasn't blind, his accomplice wasn't deaf. Once we proved to the cops that we couldn't see the lights flashing or hear the siren blasting, I received a ticket for driving while blind, and he let us drive on. True stories.
Wow.
Now you know what a goofball you're listening to.
Oh, wow.
This is what I've learned about life. We're all dealt different hands in life. With those hands, we make choices. Now, growing up, I had 2 basic dreams. One was to kick like Chuck Norris. The other was to be a cool card gambler like Maverick from the TV show. I started practicing with cards. And by the time I hit 1975, I had hit a certain level of skill that I had the privilege of meeting a man named Professor Guy Vernon. Professor Vernon was born in 1894. He lived to be 98 years old. For over half a century, he was the best in the world with a deck of cards. And during my years with Professor Vernon, he would describe to me very intricate card concepts and card moves. And because I couldn't see what he was doing, he would not describe the moves to me in the way that he could do them or the way that anybody else could do them. Because I couldn't see, he tricked me. He described them to me in the way he wished they could be done. And only after I spent thousands of hours and mastered the different moves, techniques, controls that he eventually admitted to me, he made them up. He thought they were impossible. He just wanted to see what the obsessed kid would come up with. Now I'm going to show you some things that Vernon said were not possible to do. We have a deck shuffled by the lovely Miss Lexi. Now in high-stake games, they will cut the deck between each shuffle because that buries the top and bottom halves of the deck. They will riffle the cards into each other, and they will cascade them. Again, we will cut the deck, changing the top and bottom, riffle, and cascade. Now I'll show you how fast I can uncut the deck. Lexi, what's that card on top?
That is a 9 of spades.
The 9 is on top. So the deck is cut and the deck is no longer cut. Watch again. The 9 is face up on the deck is cut, and that fast, within a half of a blink, I uncut the deck. Now we're going to deal a hand of Hold'em. Now in poker games, they're what are called wild cards. Like you've heard of deuces are wild, baseball have multiple wild cards. Other games, they'll just cut a card, and that will be the wild card for the game. Lexi, just cut off half the deck.
Sir.
All right.
Okay. There
Got it? Okay. And Haley, just say, give me a random number. Just make it even more random. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's that card, Haley?
7 of clubs.
So the 7s are the wild card. 7s are wild. Now in high-stake games, in the private games, they will cut the deck between every shuffle because that buries the top and bottom halves of the deck. They will riffle the cards and cascade them into each other. Again, they will cut, riffle, and cascade. Now I'll show you how fast I can uncut the deck. What's that card, Lexi?
That is the 4 of spades.
The 4 is on top. The deck is cut. The deck is no longer cut. Watch again. I'm going to leave the 4 face up so you can watch how fast I can uncut the deck. The 4 is still on top. I'm going to bury it. Now we're going to deal a hand of Texas Hold'em. Give me a number of players. It's 5, 6, 7. Call a number, Haley.
5.
5 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Burn. And we have what's called the flop. What are those 3 cards, Haley?
8 of diamonds, 2 of clubs, 7 of diamonds.
Ooh, so we have a pair of aces. 7 is wild, remember? That's your wild card. Burn. Burn. What is that?
8 of spades.
Burn. Ooh, so that's 3 7s because the 3 8s because 7 is wild. What's that?
The 7 of hearts.
So that means there's 4 8s on the board already because we have 2 wild cards out. Let's see what my partner Lexi has in her hand. She's sitting over in hand number 4. What's that card, Lexi?
That is the 7 of...
What is that?
The 7 of clubs.
So she ended up with 5 of a kind.
Wow.
But you shuffled. You chose how many players? I took care of business for you.
I want you on my team.
On your
I
team.
want you on my team.
Now, I have the privilege of working with a man named Professor Di Vernon. And like I said, Vernon would tell me, if you can do anything better than everyone else in the world, people will try to break down your doors to meet you. And I'm going to show you a few other moves that Professor said were not possible. What is that card?
6 of clubs.
The 6 is on top. So what happens is I want the 6, so I'll deal cards to the other players. Only when I'm ready do I deal the 6. Watch face up. So the top card stays as I deal under the top card. And of course the first card that dealt is not the 6. Watch again. I'll deal it in slow motion so you can see how deceptive this does. The 6 is on top of the deck. I'm turning it face down. And I'm going to deal cards face up onto the table, and none of the cards on the table are the 6. Watch face up. See how the card stays as the second card is dealt. Here's one-handed, one-handed. Now when the 6 is face down, see, it's hard to tell that you've been swindled. The 6 is still there. That's called dealing seconds. Isn't that sneaky?
That's very cool.
That's very cool.
That's very cool.
Now, I've been working with cards for, are these all face down?
Yes, sir.
I've been working with cards for, I hate to tell you this, 58 years now. And I made a living with cards for over 40 years. But there was a period of time when I practiced 10 to 20 hours a day, 7 days a week for sustained for 26 years straight. And I'm going to show you what obsessive compulsive behavior can do for you too. Lexi, no, here, you start. Pick a number 10 to 20.
17.
17. I'm going to try it, let's see, with one hand, I'm going to try to cut 17 cards. Can you count them out loud on the table for us?
No way.
Nice and fast and out
2,
loud.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Did we do it?
Wow. Wow. You did it. Wow, that is skills.
We'll do it again. We'll make it more difficult. Now, do you understand?
Wow.
Any number 1 to 52. But you don't want to say 52 because I just toss on the deck and nobody cares. Yeah, easy. Call a number. What do you want?
23.
2, 3?
2, 3.
Ooh, now that's a good number. Should I do it one-handed again? Can you give him a try? 23?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Ooh, take them all back and shuffle them all up. Give them a shuffle and set them aside. And see, that shows you the touch. And we must analyze. Look, alchemy here. We must, analysis is a good word. We must analyze our obstacles. We must analyze our assets. Now, when I first started losing my sight, I was really mad. But the loss of vision turned out to be a blessing and one of my greatest assets. Let's talk about assets. If we defeat adversity with honor and integrity, we can turn adversity into an asset, and that can lead to prosperity. Adversity leads to prosperity. When my vision started going south, I was blessed in 2 ways. One was with an enhanced sense of touch, and the other was the ability to see without sight. Now that sounds weird, see without sight. I have a very rare visual condition, first documented in 1760, called Charles Bonnet Syndrome, or CBS is the acronym. And it's a condition where a person who has lost their sight should see nothing, blackness, for some unexplainable reason, still sees colors, patterns, shapes, And up until recently, there was no medical explanation for this phenomenon. I've had many, many different surgeons say that I'm probably the most extreme case on the planet. And basically what it is, I see my subconscious in external space. And I can do really cool things, like, say I want to remember a phone number. I can write the phone number down in the air. My mind will take a picture of it, and because I have what's called eidetic memory, I never forget it. And did you know the density of nerve endings in the fingertips is higher than on any other part of the flesh? So who has the advantage here? Those sighted people out there, they have to have the cards face up to see what they are. I have x-ray fingers, I don't. And you give that deck a shovel, yes?
Yes.
Pass them over here. Probably, and because of my touch with the cards, I've had the privilege of entertaining the rich, famous, and infamous around the world. I've entertained legends like Johnny Carson, Gene Kelly, Gregory Peck, Jimmy Stewart, Bob Hope. And if you mention the names of those kids today, they have no idea what you're talking about. You ladies probably don't know who I'm talking about either. But I have cheated like Brad Pitt in the Oscar-nominated film Tree of Life. But probably the coolest thing I can say is I've been kidnapped and hugged by the 3-time boxing heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. I was in a casino when 4 big African-American men snatched me. They shoved me out the back of the casino, stuffed me in the limo zipped away, pulled it behind another casino. They pulled me out, down these hallways into a big suite where Ali comes running up, throws his arms around me in a big bear hug and goes, "Richard, how you doing? It's so good to see you again." Now Ali heard how he could find randomly selected cards under impossible circumstances. Now you shuffle the cards, and I think 7s were your wild card. Would you like me to cut a 7 to the top or the bottom? You pick.
The bottom.
To the bottom. I'm gonna give the deck a triple cut. And what is that card?
That is definitely a 7.
A 7. I'm watching. I'm letting everybody. I'm mixing these cards up all over the place. Where do you want the next one? Top or bottom?
Let's do top.
To the top. We give the deck a triple cut. What is that card? Once again, the cards are being messed up.
7 of diamonds.
Where do you want the next one, Haley?
The top.
Another top job. Another triple cut. See if we get another 7. What's that? Where do you want the next one, Haley?
Oh my gosh, let's do the top.
Another top. Yeah, you like that top. Yeah. And what is that?
Oh my goodness.
4 7s, yes. 4 7s, cut from their shuffle deck of cards. Put those cards back in the deck.
Are you allowed in casinos?
Long story. I'm a legend in the casinos.
We can tell. They're gonna have your picture at the front. This man
Yeah, instantly. As I said, one of my other dreams was to kick like Chuck Norris. My karate instructor was John Murphy. Murphy took me from a 110-pound, scrawny, asthma-ridden, at that time only a legally blind wimp, to a master 6th-degree black belt.
Oh, wow.
And to earn a black belt in this crazy man Murphy, you had to fight a 10 3-minute round bout with a fresh black belt each round. And Murphy said, you need to have a body of steel. So he pushed me to the point where I could do 500 push-ups, 12 minutes, 9 seconds. I topped out at 340 on the bench press. I could militate and curl more than my body weight, and he liked to play wishbones with my legs. He stretched me across 2 chairs into the full splits and pushed my face to the floor.
Oh.
I know, ouch. It took me 13 years and 3 months of constant training before I was finally ready to take on the 10 fighters. And because of my card fame, the pressure was on me big time. The TV and print media were there, including one of the largest papers in the country, the Los Angeles Times. Before the fight started, Murphy said, relax. He said, all you have to do is, all you have to do is come out alive with spirit.
Oh.
I said, exactly what does that mean, alive with spirit? He said, even if your teeth have been punched down your throat, you're still smiling. Well, during the test, I had some of these guys so hard, I knocked them silly. But they were fresh, and I was not. When it was all said and done, I had 1 bruise, started my head, ended my toe, I had a smashed bloody nose, ruptured right eardrum, I had my groin kicked up into my throat when they said the referee said break. And then I caught a roundhouse kick right here on my right arm, and it broke my arm, so I fought the last 3.5 rounds with a broken right arm. But I earned my black belt. Wow. I know. And the next day...
You stayed alive?
I stayed alive. Barely. And the next day, the whole bloody mess was spread across the front page of the Los Angeles Times sports section.
Well, of course.
Now, I don't recommend that we use our faces about punching. It hurts. No. But I do say that we can face our fears and that we can surmount them. In closing, Many times I have the privilege of speaking to the young generation, the kids out there, all you kids out there, in the game of life, stay focused on your game. Don't let anyone tell you you can't play or something's impossible. Take possible out of impossible. Take possible out of impossible. I understand that time to time we're all dealt a bad hand or two. But it's how we approach that hand. If we choose to fold, whine, sit on our pity pot, or go all in like a Texas Hold'em champion, that's what separates losers from winners. I'm going to close with one more fun thing. Professor Vernon thought this was probably the most beautiful way of locating random cards. Your cards were the 7s, I believe. Yes. Watch, I'm going to try cutting cards right out of the middle. What is that card?
Oh my gosh.
Watch again. I'm going to just twist a card right out of the middle. I got a couple that time. What are those?
7s. I thought he did that on accident.
Watch again, Rod. Just give a card. I'm twisting cards from wherever they come. What is that card?
Those are all
the 7s, and the deck is now face up so everybody can see it is not a deck of 7s once again. And we're going to shuffle them up. Now here's one last thing. Here's something you never do. Pay attention. This is something you never do when you play cards for money. Never. Okay, do this. I'm breaking the 2 halves in my hands. I'm lacing them up. Never shuffle the cards with one hand. It makes the other players get up and run. You're left playing solitaire. And on that note, enjoy the No Barriers Conference. May God bless you, keep it, make His face to shine upon you. And on that note, I say goodbye and good night.
Wow. Thank you, Richard. That was incredible. I have no idea how that actually worked. But if I ever go to Vegas, I know who my partner is going to be. I can totally see how you were able to fool Penn and Teller. Thank you so much. That was incredible. Well, we have had an amazing day. Let's take a quick look at what we've done so far.
I no longer was thinking about my past and thinking about my future.
Why are we nervous? Even if we come up with a barrier, we can get past it. It will be fine.
Son distintas conferencias y personas de la comunidad con mensajes muy inspiradores, llenos de ejemplos de cómo...
7, 8.
Adaptation. Rather than focusing on what I didn't have, I focused on what I...
I'm telling you, we're going to shut down Big Pharma. One drink at a time.
Oh my goodness, what a great summit it has been so far. I didn't know we could have so much fun in this virtual summit environment, but we are having a blast. I can't believe that it is coming near to a close. I want to make sure that you share with us a little bit about what you have enjoyed most in the chat box. And before we go on to our next performer, I'd like to ask you all to please make a gift to support No Barriers. All of this isn't possible without the generosity of people like you making contributions. You can text us at 646-956-2648 at any time tonight to make a donation. Just put in the amount of donation in that text and send it over to us, or if you prefer, you can head to the donation booth in the Expo Center. Another way to make a difference, of course, tomorrow night is going to be to gain an incredible piece of art in our auction tomorrow. And as you know, it's been a few hours since we've checked in with John live at his home in Texas. So let's jump over to him now and see how he's doing.
Hi, Dave. I'm having the best time here. Oh my goodness. Oh, and I want to share the painting with you. Let me show you. Now, don't judge too harsh. It's still early days, so to speak, in it. But I do have color down. So it's an explosion of color. All these incredible stories that we've been hearing today. It's inspiring. So here, let me hold this up, and I will describe it just really quickly for anyone who has a visual impairment. So right now, I'm blocking in the painting, and that's just basically putting down colors, figuring out the basic layout of the colors. So starting from the beginning of the mountains, going towards the back, it's a deeper purple, and as it goes back into the painting, it gets lighter and lighter purple into violets, and then into some ultramarine sort of colors, a little bluish purple, and then the sky. Right now, the sky is blue with white clouds, but oh my goodness, tomorrow there's going to be all kinds of color up in that sky. Down where the figure is, right now it's burnt sienna, so it's sort of an orangey color, and that's going to change as well. I think I'm going to wait for that and be inspired by what's happening in the morning. And the figure too, right now it's still black and white, but I'm going to work on that tomorrow. But I'm about halfway through, so I'm going to sign off for the night, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow. And I know that you enjoy the rest of the evening, so be sure to keep watching. And Dave, I'll let you take it from here.
To see the progress that he is making. What an extraordinary talent. I'd love to just take a moment to celebrate everything that we've accomplished today and that you've accomplished. I hope you tried something new, you pushed your comfort zone. I hope you met someone new. That's a big part of the Summit experience, is to build your own rope team and reach out and meet someone new by using that feature of our online experience. But most importantly, I hope that you started to break through whatever barriers you're trying to break through in your own life. Use tonight to reflect a little bit on your intentions for tomorrow and to reflect on what you learned today. I'd love for you all to just take a moment and share your favorite part of your day in the chat box, and also to share it on your favorite social channel. You can tag us on Facebook and Instagram by using the @NoBarriersUSA handle, and post using the hashtag NoBarriersSummit, hashtag NoBarriersSummit. We want to see all the things that you're doing, and we want you to share some of the excitement that you're having in your home. So I'd love to bring up just a little bit of what we're seeing out there. I think you can see behind me some kind of fun social posts. Oh, we just lost them there. That's all right, no worries. There's a lot of great social posts going on. You too can be a part of our ongoing conversation. Share this with others. If you're having a great time, let us know. Oh, it's back up. Great. There we go. So yeah, look at this. We've got Marley Matlin up there. We got Sam. This is pretty fun. Meditation, connecting to the essence of who we really are. What a great way to start at the No Barriers USA Summit. Thanks, Mandy Harvey, for kicking us off. Love seeing you all out there. It's weird to not be at a summit together as a community, and so this is one of the many ways we can connect. Well, I hope you've saved some of your energy for the final performance of the night. New to No Barriers, I'm proud to present singer-songwriter Victoria Canal. Now, since her emergence in 2015, she has quietly impacted both culture and music. The LGBTQ, Spanish American, and differently abled songstress draws on an impassioned positivity. She's a singer, songwriter, and activist, and her voice powers a growing discography of alternative pop anthems, as well as a myriad of social causes. Impressively, Victoria has managed to do all of this despite having been born with one arm as a result of amniotic band syndrome. And with that, let's go to Victoria.
Hey, what's up, No Barriers? My name is Victoria Canal. I'm a 21-year-old Spanish-American singer-songwriter currently quarantined in Amsterdam. Normally, I'm in Los Angeles, writing, recording, and producing with other artists. Singing and songwriting has been my lifeline for as long as I can remember. Also, being born with a disability has really informed me of the role that empathy plays in a human being's life and the effect, the impact that we can have on each other if we are so open to do so. I love what No Barriers is doing, so I hope that I can entertain you all with a few songs tonight and contribute to the inspiration and the movement with just a few songs to inspire the soul. Thanks for having me. This song is called Kidding. There's a light in you, I pretty much gave in, but I refuse to break in and enter in. So you do you forget that I ever came to meet you? Right off the air train, that call you made, you bought up a diamond ring. Did you regret being my everything? Such how we got a spirited angel friend, my God said. Did you have to do this? Every 20 minutes I'll be missing your lips. I love you, forgive me my sins, I'll never let you go. Who am I kidding? I'll never let you go. Who am I kidding? I'll admit I'm believing in ghosts again. And down the street there's a sign with your name on it. It's haunting me. I hear it and I stare at it. I'm going crazy now. Yeah. Did you have to do this? Every 20 minutes I'll be missing your lips. I love you, forgive me my sins, I'll never let you go. Who am I kidding? I'll never let you go. Who am I kidding? Nothing's lost, nothing's gained. I will never, ever, ever be the same. No regrets, but just one thing. I will fight for you until I love again. So did you have to do this? Every 20 seconds I'll be missing your kiss. I hate you for living like this. I'll never let you go. Who am I kidding? Did you have to do this? Every 20 minutes I'll be missing your lips. I love you, forgive me my sins, I'll never let you go. Who am I kidding? Oh, I'll never let you go. Who am I kidding? Oh, I'll never let you go. Who am I kidding? I'll never let you go. Who am I kidding? So the song that I'm about to play next is called The Flower. I wrote it with Michael Franti a couple years ago, right after the Marjorie Stone Douglas shooting. We went to visit the school and talked with the students, and there we discovered the empowerment and the resilience that really comes with going through it as a human being. So we wrote the song. It's one of my favorite songs to sing, and I don't have Michael with me here, so we're gonna do a little solo version. It's called The Flower. I hope you like it. We could be the healing when you're feeling all alone. We could be the reason to find the strength to carry on. In a world that's so divided, we shall overcome. We could be the healing. We could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healing. We could be the flower in the garden. What could I say to my son, to my dad, if they came and asked me about these days? What kind of reason could I give for all the pain that's standing in the way? Wish I could tell them that nobody's gonna judge them. Every stranger on the block is gonna love them. No bully in the world's gonna hurt them, but I can't say that today. No one is gonna take your life from you. Speak your truth and let your spirit fly, 'cause we could be the healing. When you're feeling all alone, we could be the reason to find strength to carry on. In a world that's so divided, we shall overcome. We could be the healing. We could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healing. We could be the flower in the garden. What could I say to everyone who was ever told by a man, don't try to reach too high? What could I say to every girl who was betrayed and told to keep the pain locked inside? Wish I could say nobody's ever gonna judge me. Every stranger on the block is gonna love me. No bully in the world could ever hurt me, but I can't say that today. Oh, no one could ever take my pride from me now. Now speak my truth and let my spirit fly, 'cause we could be the healing. When you're feeling all alone, we could be the reason to find strength to carry on. In a world that's so divided, we shall overcome. We could be the healing. We could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healing. We could be the flower in the garden. Let me hear you say, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, oh, we could be the healing. Oh, when you're feeling all alone, we could be the reason, oh, to find strength to carry on. In a world that's so divided, we shall overcome. We could be the healing. We could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healing. We could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healing. We could be the flower in the garden. This song is called Drama. I wrote it at a point where I kept running into this person that was really trying to make me feel small, trying to make me feel embarrassed about who I was, who I am. And I wrote this song to say, you know what? I don't care what you think of me. I'm going to show up as my highest self and do my best. I can do without your drama. So this is the first single off of my EP called Victoria. It goes like this. I am magical, spiritual, only show up as my highest self. I am more than just beautiful and I don't need nobody else. In the world you live in, hey, maybe I don't fit in. I am magical, spiritual, only show up as my highest self. Waste your warfare, I don't mind. I could do without the drama. Oh, I'm a sucker for the karma, karma. Oh, gonna walk away and ricochet, let it fade. Ain't gonna haze me, no, I could do without the drama, drama. Oh, you are clinical, cynical, don't leave room for nobody else. And I find it so comical how you turn it into hell. And the lakes you go to, yeah, to make me shorter. You are clinical, cynical, don't leave room for nobody else. You go your way, I go mine. I could do without the drama. Oh, I'm a sucker for the karma, karma. Oh, gonna walk away and ricochet, let it fade. Ain't gonna haze me, no, I could do without the drama, drama. Oh, whoa, sing along. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Gonna walk away, ricochet, let it fade. Ain't gonna haze me, no, I could do without the drama, drama. Oh, you are clinical, cynical, don't leave room for nobody else. I am magical, spiritual, only show up as my highest self. The song is called Favor. I wrote it in line to get a burrito. I was standing with my friend Martin, who I write most of my songs with, and there was this cute guy at the cash register, and as we walked up to him, I was like, man, don't you just wish sometimes, to Martin, I was like, don't you wish you could just say like, hey, do me a favor, fall in love with me? And he laughed, and then we wrote this really sad song about it called Favor. That really actually speaks to my soul very deeply, even if it was a joke at first. Now it really, really, really resonates with loving someone that you can't have. I see your head, babe, happy with her. With for whatever it's worth. Oh, so darling, forgive me. It's only one thing. Do me a favor. Fall in love with me. So darling, forgive me. It's only one thing. Do me a favor. Fall in love with me. This is a new song called Own Me. It's sort of like an existential conversation with God. Yeah, I think that's all I'll say about it. Knocking me out so slowly. I'm playing like I have a say, knowing you I hate to say it, but it's true that in the flame I blame you. I'd never be the same leaving you. God, I really think you owe me. Night after night, I look for that hope and you show me. It's true, without you I'd be nothing. I still feel like I paid the price and missed the moment. You owe me, you I hate to say it, but it's true. Down in the flame, I blame you. I'd never be the same leaving you. I'd never be the same, leaving you. So one of the things about missing an arm is that it's really kind of awkward to meet people for the first time because everybody wants to shake your right hand, and your right hand is something that you cannot provide. So the song that I'm about to sing, I posted this song online. It was one of my first covers that I ever posted. The artist's daughter herself reached out and said, I want you to meet my dad. Lo and behold, this artist is blind and I'm missing my arm. Talk about awkward first impressions. I was approaching him, he reached out his right hand, and I didn't know what to do. I was flustered. I'm such a huge fan of this guy. And I just put my arm in his hand, and he was like, what the fuck? And that's my Stevie Wonder story. So... Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute old. I never thought the love we'd be making one as lovely as she. But isn't she lovely? Isn't she pretty? Yeah. Through the age. Isn't she pretty? Yeah. Truly the angel's best. Boy, I'm so happy. We have been heaven blessed. I can't believe what God has done. Oh, through us He's given life to one so very lovely, made from love. Isn't she lovely? Oh, made from love. So very lovely, made from Love me some Stevie Wonderful. Thanks so much, No Barriers, for listening. What a pleasure to play for you tonight. The event is far from over though. Make sure you come back tomorrow for so much more. We'll have interviews from a veteran, an international speaker, and winner of the Mirror Ball on Dancing with the Stars, J.R. Martinez, culture expert from Queer Eye, Karamo Brown, a set by comedian Josh Blue, and performances by the amazing Mandy Harvey, Cody Lee, Cheer SF, and Magic Giant. And of course, we have new activities for you to try out too.
What an amazing finale to an incredible day. Before you all go, I'd ask you to do two things. Check out that membership community, and also, if you hadn't heard yet, What's Within You is a new book just released, made the bestseller list. We made it 99 cents for all of you. Check it out. And last but not least, I hope that you have all learned something new, made a new virtual friend, been inspired, and been pushed to try something new. This event could not have been possible without an incredible crew, and so I'm gonna ask them to come out and we're gonna give them a virtual round of applause. So crew that's here, come on out. There's hundreds of others who helped make this possible, but come on out, guys. Let's have a look. Keep our social distance. We got our masks. All right, well, I just wanna applaud you guys. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Day one of the No Barriers Summit has come to a close, and it wouldn't have been possible without this amazing crew. So I hope you take what you learned today and can continue to grow and be ready for tomorrow. Get some rest. We're gonna push boundaries, break barriers, and learn some more incredible things tomorrow. I'll see you back on the main stage. Good night, No Barriers.